people can hop on. Okay, I'm actually excited to see everyone's faces this week because I actually don't have a presentation, don't have any fancy stuff prepared. We're just going to have a good conversation and stuff like that, and cozy in before bed, because Angie and I were laughing before everyone hopped on that we're both in our pajamas because I'm like ready for bed. And so a few announcements. Oh, I'm so jealous. We're going to hear from Sarah and Amanda, and they're going to talk about their Super Saturday experience. But a few announcements that came out of that is that Elise and Jericho are doing a combined program that I'm so excited for, because it's like high intensity every other day, and then it's like slower. It's not just yoga. At first I thought like, oh, like I don't know if I can do yoga every other day. But it looks like it's more so like slow weight training and like functional movement and like just very like intentional movement. So I'm excited about that, and that comes out in spring of 2022. They didn't set a specific date yet because Autumn's 4 gut protocol comes out in March. So we'll have that in March, and then we'll have the Fire and Flow coming out, which is kind of cool. And then Joel's program. And I saw, because, okay, so that video erased from everywhere that we were circulating, but he reshared something on his story about it. So it's out there and we know it. We just don't have the details on it because it must have been like an exclusive thing. They did not announce any products. I was hoping they'd maybe announce like maybe some new flavors or new something. But that was good. And then the next Super Saturday is April, because right, it's a span, they can be on a Friday, Saturday, or a Sunday, is April 22nd through the 24th. And I've actually been in contact with Andrea Sievertson Fleming, who is a elite coach that I know from college and stuff. Some of you guys have known her because she speaks on our team calls, or you know her from college. And her and I are working together to do like a Sioux Falls Super Saturday, so that we can go to Sioux Falls and have like an actual like something that Sarah went to, like Sarah and Amanda went to, but for our area. And I'm pretty excited. It's not set in stone yet, but I sent in the group chat about how Haley Peters is actually from South Dakota, and she's the number 8 coach in the network, which is a pretty big freaking deal. And Andrea has worked with her before. So Andrea is going to ask if she would come and speak at our event, which would just be crazy. So we're looking into that, but write it on your calendar. I'm sure it'll be on that Saturday. So we'd probably like rent, an Airbnb Friday night and come do just like team stuff Friday night, and then go to that on Saturday. And then that's the week of my state FFA convention. So then I'd have to leave right away. Either Saturday night or Sunday morning.
Brianna, it would be like a throwback to when I met you at your state convention.
Yes. People always ask me, we were watching a retiring address this week because I didn't want to teach. And Mitchell Pinnell was on one of the videos. It was the Shine Greatness one. And I'm like, it's Mitchell Pinnell. And my kids are like, how do you know him? And I was like, way back when I met all these cool people. Yeah. And so, but definitely mark that down in your calendar if you are in the area or willing to travel to Sioux Falls, because it's going to be awesome. And so we are looking at venues to hold it in Sioux Falls and stuff like that. But we kind of want it to be more than to be bigger than just our team, right? Because then you get to meet other people, other coaches and stuff like that. And it'll be really cool. So put that on your calendar. Trying to think if I have any other things I was thinking of. If you like Peppermint Mocha Shakeology, that's on sale right now and ends soon. Job One Challenge packs are $20 off this month. And I think that's kind of what I got. I don't think there's anything crazy else going on. So I'm going to ask Sarah and Amanda if they could talk a little bit about their experience on the Super Saturday side, what they did, what they felt, and maybe, why people should attend in-person events if possible. You're muted, Sarah.
Yeah. So, Amanda just sent me this email last weekend of this Super Saturday that was coming up and asked if I wanted to go to it. And of course I jumped on the opportunity to do so. And after I signed up for it, I started seeing a couple of other emails of different locations that were having different things like all throughout Ohio. Cause I'm kind of in like a little central, tri-county area where like a couple of different areas work well. And so there was a lot of different things happening this weekend. And so Carl Deichler actually spoke like at our area. It was amazing. He was literally just at our place Friday, and then he was leaving to go to Washington then the next day. Which like at first I was like, okay, this is something that he must be doing like all over in Ohio. Like there's going to be a ton of people who get to hear from him. But no, like we were the only ones that got to hear from him. So it was a really, really cool deal. And what was really interesting is listening to him talk about how he hates working out. And it really is true. Like he doesn't love the workout side of things. Like he truly made this company because he wanted to bring people together to work on their health and let them live as long as they can live. And so that really was cool to see like the founder talk about that. And so it was a 3-hour event. The first hour was basically, we kind of kick-started it with some different recognition and then just got like hyped up. And then Carl came and spoke about goals, and he asked a bunch of people about their goal. Well, not a bunch, but there was 4 specific people who he asked about their goals. And then when they told him about it, he like was like, but how are you going to do this? And he really focused in on like, you have these dreams, but how do you turn them into a goal? And that was really cool, him talking about it. And he got to talking about the 4 vital behaviors. And he said that there's actually like a 5th vital behavior that he just like came up with the other day, like had an epiphany of. And I'll need Amanda to help me come up with what that 5th one was that he said. Amanda, are you on here? Do you remember what that 5th one was?
I'm panicking as we're speaking right now because it was like the simplest thing ever.
Yeah, it so was. And like he made these really cool like books for the 4 people who he asked to share their goals. And it was 52 weeks of like basically the printed out document that you can do of the vital behavior of the daily activity tracker. And he was like, and even though these are wrong because it doesn't have my 5th one in here, that obviously more of us forgot about. But maybe by the end we'll think of it. But then it was cool because then they had like a panel of 6 different coaches from like all different stages in their coaching journey do like a little question and answer session of all these different questions that we all submitted earlier in the week. And it was just kind of cool hearing from people. There was like one that was very, very pregnant. There was one who was like kind of our age who just started coaching back in July and is already like a diamond coach. There was one who actually started her coaching business over in like Germany because she was stationed there with her husband. And she also absolutely hates working out. And it was kind of cool listening to her and how she's not like the bubbly person in the morning that gets on her Instagram stories and is like, good morning, guys. Like, we got to do this. She's like, no, we got to do this. We know it's better for us, for our mental health. So get your ass up and let's go. So it's just kind of cool, like seeing all the different coaches and just how different everybody is. And then the last hour, we did a workout. We watched one of the live recorded videos with Autumn and Sean T. And it was so much fun. Yeah.
Amanda, do you have anything to add on that, or did she cover most of it?
Yeah, really just echoing everything Sarah said. Like, it was amazing still to be pretty new to this, to actually go. And I mean, we connect with all of you weekly, but you're really multiple states away from us. So it was kind of cool to see how big Beachbody really is where we actually live. And we kind of connect with a couple other younger, newer coaches. So it was nice to kind of hear about their journey and what they were doing. And I think one of the things that is there were literally women all shapes, sizes, ages that were there, and the programs had worked for them, and Like they believed in it as much as we did, and they were just totally different places in life. So it kind of echoed the fact that really there's something in this for everyone.
Yeah, and it was really cool. It kind of like both of us walked away like, wow, there's a lot more probably people here in Ohio, but we are so glad that we're on the team that we are on because we all come from like an ag background, and we didn't feel like any of the girls though that were there Friday night were agriculture founded. And so that is kind of a unique thing with all of us, that we are really glad that we're on this team even though we're states away.
It just melts my heart. I just didn't know if Amanda, I saw her unmute, so I didn't know. I didn't want to cut her off if she had one last thing.
I guess the last thing I was thinking is when like they were actually talking about their coaching strategy, like they all seem to have something totally different. Like it was just whatever niche worked for them, which I think was kind of reassuring. Sometimes we think we have to, do what you're doing or do what Angie's doing or what your coach is doing. But like Sarah kind of talked about, really the biggest coach there hated working out, and that was really her whole gimmick. Like, I need someone that makes me work out, so will you be my accountability partner? Instead of kind of the other way around, we always try to be that for someone else. So it was kind of reassuring that you just really have to find what works for you and use that.
I love that.
And that was definitely like, I think the biggest takeaway, like on our drive home that night that we talked about, was how we really need to focus more on like making those connections with people around us and trying to like ask them what are their problems or issues, and then finding a way of like how this can be their solution. And I've already talked to 2 successful girls this weekend about just that and like making those connections. And I feel like those conversations have been so much more, as much as I hate this word, organic, but they really have been so much more organic, like just talking to them about like where they're at in life and how this can help them and how it's helped me, and like how it doesn't have to be just like a question answer conversation with girls, but like you can literally just talk to them and have a conversation about where they are in life and how that's what this business is really all about.
I love that. And so I would highly recommend, and I bet Amanda and Sarah would highly recommend, that if you can come to Summit this summer, that you make it a point to try to make it to Summit, because Summit is like a super weekend, but on steroids, because everyone's there and Carl's there and Michael Neiman's there and like all the big people are there. So I cannot wait, because there's not super Saturdays by us. Like we are just too rural out here. Like Sioux Falls, the cities are typically the biggest ones, which are 5 hours. But I have NLC in 2 weeks and I cannot wait, because Carl will be there and Michael Neiman, and I think Angie, I don't know if Angie Belmar will be there, but she was just named the top coach for the year, and just some big coaches. So it'll be fun to hear those people because they're always so inspiring. And so that's in mid-July. I couldn't tell you the exact dates, but yeah. So if you want more details on Summit, let me know, because we'll do that. And we usually just rent like a big Airbnb house, and then all kind of go together and it'll be fun. And so, okay. Anything else to add? Okay. So then we're going to move to like kind of the second part. We kind of have a twofold part here. But we wanted to talk a little bit about vision and vision boards and kind of that stuff tonight. So we're not going to like physically, originally we thought about like physically making them, but I know for me, it is such a long process to make one that I'm like, Angie, let's just like kind of go over it. And Angie made some really cool one with her students. So I'm going to talk a little bit about like my vision for the team this year. And then I'm going to turn it over to her to kind of talk about going the process of making a vision board if you haven't made one, or maybe to even improve yours for this year. So my dream is really to get us, like I even have it printed off here, Elite 2023, because right, if we hit Elite this year, we'd be called an Elite 2023 team. And that is my big goal. It was my goal last year, but I feel it in my body that this year is like the year our team can do it, because we have never had so many people like showing up doing their trackers, doing their workouts, and gunning for it and adding to the team. And so I just know that it is totally possible for our team if we continue this momentum and we make strategic moves throughout the year. So I wanted to talk about what can you guys do to make our team an elite team. And the thing with elite is that it really is just showing the network that we're serious, showing other people like that our team is standing out. Our team knows what they're doing. Our team is a place to be because we're going to help you be successful. So being an elite team really is something that it means that every one of you guys are successful, which is what I want. Nothing makes me more excited than when like, yeah, it's fun when I sign up a challenger, but when Angie texts me and she's like, I just hit Success Club, I'm like, heck yeah, because like, that is what really starts to fill your cup. Just like when you have a challenger text you and be like, I just finished my workout program and I feel amazing, right? So a few ways that we as a team, because elite, like I have nothing to do with elite. That is completely this team. I mean, I help you get to that goal and I want to help every single one of you get to those goals, but it's really a team effort. And so the first thing that you guys can really do to help our team out is staying on your auto ships and finding that product you really love. I'm not saying you have to order every product under the sun, but find the product you really like and stick on that auto ship. That'll help you stay active. It'll help all that, whether that's Energize and Recover or Shakeology or Beach Bars or Hydrate or all of the above, because I think Angie and I literally have way too many boxes show up at our house because I'm obsessed with it all. The other thing is hitting Success Club is super important. It's fun to hit Success Club, right? And we know these are things that'll make you successful in your business. Hence why they're on the road to elite, right? But hitting Success Club, because then you're earning your prizes, you're getting free leads, you're getting, those new customers that will come around and continue. And guys, I'm telling you, if you put in the work now, every year it gets a little easier because like right now I'm talking to everyone who's renewing in January and it's pretty simple. I'd say it's a 75% chance that they're gonna, if you are gonna renew for $99, why not upgrade to a challenge pack for 160 and get way more stuff in it, right? So then it's even easier to like hit those benchmarks because you have the people that you can talk to about renewing. Okay. So
question about that.
Yes.
So Amanda and I had some questions about because like now instead of canceling your like auto renew, there's like a button where you can like upgrade to a subscription, Yep. And so, like, does that count towards us? Like, is that the same thing as if we were to have them cancel it and we share them a card?
I think so. I have to look into it because it confuses me how it works because one, like you can click upgrade to a challenge pack and it says like upgrade right now, cancel my bod and stuff. The only thing with it is it has them, like it brings them to teambeachbody.com and they have to check out and like pick their challenge pack, and which is fine, except I think the Team Beachbody website's really confusing and like all the options, like especially now that they added a section for every single piece you're getting in a total solution pack. It's confusing. So I still have my customers, and maybe it's just because the way I do it and it's easy and yeah, but I still do the whole
completely like have them cancel it and then you just share them a new one.
Yep, that's what I do just to make sure.
And also like right now it is that you can only get the portion containers with like the highest of the highest job one challenge packs, right?
Yes, I don't think they come in the smaller ones, but they're pretty inexpensive to buy. I think I can't remember how much they are. I think they're like $10. Like I don't think they're much, if I am mistaken. But the other thing too is you could also like, if you have someone who really wants them, you could also post in our challenge group and see, like I have 3 sets of portion containers, which I use them as like Tupperware and like, cause I just pack in them. But I know too, I've had people give me their portion containers because they're like, well, I'm not going to use them. So someone might as well use them. You can also buy them at Walmart. Obviously not the same exact ones, but I know some people have got them off Amazon, Walmart, that kind of stuff too.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks.
Real quick, I thought Andrea Hansen posted they just have to opt into the like body for the 30 days. So they don't have to sign up for it for like the year, but she was saying that they just have to opt into the 30-day free trial.
That is what it
It's
is.
like the
You are
portion filled.
100% correct. And I don't know why I don't give people the option. Like, do you want to sign up for this? I just include it because body is amazing. And so I just definitely do that.
Yeah, and I just make sure to tell them, like, make sure you read all the things that you're clicking and you set a timer in like 28 days that, like, hey, you're going to get this auto renew, because I don't want to screw anybody over, but at the same time, I do want them to know that you have this awesome product for 30 days.
Yep, exactly. So yeah, hitting Success Club is a big one that has really helped too. And then there's obviously fun stuff that comes with it and just increases your income that way. The big thing is to new coaches. We don't have any like super new coaches on here, but in case a new coach were to watch the recording, or so that you guys know this, because, and I'll go into that later, but new coaches, if they get a Success Club point, so they don't necessarily have to hit Success Club, but if they get a Success Club point in their first month or their second month, you also get leadership points towards the elite rankings in the road to elite. So that's good to know, because you want to make sure that, you know, you're getting coaches hitting the ground running and trying to help them. I mean, even if it's right, signing up one person, their best friend or whoever, that can really help. Some other ways, okay, so those are all kind of like leadership points, but there's other ways of like new coaches being success starters, which success starters are if you hit Success Club 3 times in your first 6 months. They also get a free summit ticket and stuff like that, and get asked to be in a test group for a new program. So that's kind of huge. And the only way you can really get in there is, I think, I just read this, is being a success starter or being the success starters coach. And then I think it's, I can't remember if it's 2-star or 5-star, but it's like either when you hit 2-star or when you hit 5-star, then you get invited. So like there's only really 2 ways to hit it. So it's a pretty big deal to be in a test group for a new program coming out. Then the other ways that you guys can really help our team is by rank advancing. So each year you have to hit a new rank, right? So like Angie is already a lifetime diamond. Like if she, the only way she would earn new points for the team is by going to a 1-star diamond. Or if you're an emerald currently, going to diamond earns elite ranking points. And the thing with that is, to be an elite team, we have to have 5 diamonds on this team, which I know 100% 5 of you are capable of doing that. And so I know for a fact this is something very, very doable. We just have to continue with those habits, continue inviting every month, every what is it, the last Thursday, like I've been doing every last Thursday of every month, unless something is different. For some reason, we are going to do that coach opportunity call. So you know that every single month, think of ladies that you could invite to that coach opportunity call. Okay. And so, yeah, rank advancing to a new lifetime rank gets us a lot of points. And then the big things are if you guys hit the milestones of team builder, team leader, premier, or elite. And to be a team builder, so if you guys want, I can post this in the group. I just printed it from, I can't remember where I got it, from the Montpetrunuva, something. But it just like breaks everything down. But to be a team builder, you have to be a diamond coach, have 25 leadership points, have developed a new emerald coach, which if you hit diamond, you actually develop 2 emeralds. You have to have a weak leg volume of 1,000 PV points. And then you have to have a bod group or be an admin of a bod group. Like ours aren't even that active, but I have a bod group. And then hold your diamond for 6 weeks, right? So that's something a lot of you guys could do. Angie and I both hit team builder, and then be proud of this. Our team did hit team leader, which is really cool because so if anything, right, but you shoot for the moon, land on the stars if you have to. I mean, our non-negotiable this year is premier team, and I know we can do it. A premier team, we need, let's see here. I need at least 2 diamonds. We need 75 leadership points. I need a new diamond coach. So someone on this call other than Angie has to go diamond for us to hit that. I'm staring at all of you. and stuff like that, and increase our week-like volume. So that's kind of on my part, but pretty exciting stuff. And I know we can do it. There's no reason we can't. So I just think it would do a lot for our team to be able to kind of grow and show the world what we're made of. That's all I've got. Angie, do you want to go over your little piece quick?
Yes, I'll keep this pretty short one because I'm tired too. I don't want to tell you information that you guys already know. We're going to raise hands. We're going to be a teacher in this moment. How many of you guys have made your vision boards for this year yet? And it's fine if you haven't. Don't be like, it's okay. Like, it's fine. I'm an Enneagram 1, so I already started planning this in November. But anyway, so like, how do you even get started and why do we make them? I didn't really understand this till I started Beachbody, and really, I honestly don't know how I would survive a year or accomplish anything without a vision board now, because it kind of keeps that vision obviously on board, like our goals for ourselves. And it's not just for Beachbody, it's everything across the board that we want to accomplish. And rather than just walking into this new year like, yeah, I hope to do that, because I talked to my kids about this at school because we had them create vision boards. I'm like, okay, well, let's write it down, because when you write something down, it's more bound to happen. So I guess like the first step that really helped me was I sat down and I broke down into different categories. So some of the categories, and if you want to write these down, you can. So like your business, now it can be Beachbody, it can be like Brianna's Boutique, Jess's Sweet Treats, all that stuff, like you can include that with business. Your self goals, so like maybe you have a goal to read books, whatever it is. So your self category, whatever you want to work on yourself for this year, and that's always important for us to improve ourselves. Health is another category. Maybe you want to do how many programs, like me, I want to get a yearly physical, all that stuff. Faith and religion, I know that kind of goes hand in hand with personal development, so doing that. Family goals, maybe you want to go on a vacation, whatever it is you have in store for your family. Financials, so maybe you want to pay off all your student debt, whatever it is, kind of getting specific there. Your home, so like one of our goals is to buy a house in Jamestown. So whatever it is, maybe you want to redo your bathroom, maybe you want to build a nursery, I don't know. Then friend goals, I think are always important too. So like mine I did last year, and it will be again, is to have a girls' weekend once a month. And then the last one I have is travels. So maybe you want to travel, like this is happening, but it's still a goal to travel to Punta Cana in March, even though it is happening. So you might have more categories, you might have less categories than that. That's just what I included in my vision board. And then from there, I just kind of brain dumped. One thing that I included this year was kind of breaking it down further. So like one of my big Beachbody goals, what I've started to do is break them down. So like this is what I have to do for each month or however many months. So it kind of helps me stay on track. Like, yeah, I have this huge goal, but how can I break it down into smaller goals is what I've included this year too on there. I don't know how well you can see this, but I did this at school during finals week because I had no students in my room. But I like to include photos because, well, I drew things because it just helps you. And then I wrote my goals on there, so it's helped a lot. Trying to think. Oh, the other thing is keywords. Keywords are really important. Also, if you listen to the podcast, we talked about this, but keywords. So what are keywords? They're kind of things that you're really going to implement into your year. And you can just Google like keywords or something. I don't remember what we Googled. Brianna can drop it in the chat what you Google. But like my words for 2022, usually it's good to stay around the 3 to 4 range, because if you get too many, I feel like you kind of lose the focus of what you want your year to be about. So mine are discipline, change, empowered, and worthy. Those are mine. So yes, strong words for women, that's what it is. So you can look at that and kind of choose what's resonating with you, with what's going to happen in 22. Like I expect a lot of change and I want to see a lot of change in 2022. And that's why it's one of my words for 2022. So that's kind of the gist of it. Getting that those keywords are really important to go on there. And then just making sure that when you write down those goals that they're specific. I don't want to say they're the SMART goals that we all learned about in FFA, but making sure that you give yourself that timeline, because we can't accomplish those goals without a timeline and a vision in the end. So questions on vision boards? I really encourage you guys, and once you do make yours, I was hoping to laminate this, but I don't know if I should do that at school. Haven't decided if I want to do that yet. Hang it up somewhere that you'll see it every day. I haven't decided. I feel like I should have it up here this year instead of down in my workout room, because I'm not down there like I'm down there to work out, but then that's it. So I feel like I should have it up here in my office. So we'll see. But have it somewhere that you can see it every single day.
Yeah, and I wanted to add a few things. Of number one, don't be afraid to have puke goals. Like I remember last year writing, I want to make $40,000 with Beachbody, and that didn't happen, but it stretched me a lot more because I was striving for a lot more. Like even the safe part of me wanted to say like, I will be, like we'll be a premier team, that's good enough. But it's like, if we don't stretch ourselves and try, use the analogy, would you rather say, oh, I want to make $100,000 or I want to make $1 million? And then if you say 100,000, right? Okay, so you make $100,000 in the year. Great. That's awesome. But what if you stretch for that million and you end up making 400,000? Yeah, you still came way short of your goal, but you made way more than you would have if you played it safe. So don't be afraid to stretch it, and just think of like what, if you really leaned into it this year, where could you be at? Because literally anything is possible. We just have to believe in ourselves, and belief is the number one thing. So don't let that doubt creep in of like, oh, you're crazy, right? Like if some of you, when I said like let's see, like 6 of you on this team, like you're going to be our ladies that get us to elite, like, cause you're here right now. So I'm telling you that like, you're all going to be diamond. And some of you would probably be like, this lady's crazy, not going to happen, right? But like, why not? Like, why could it not be you? Like, there's no reason it couldn't. It's just that doubt that creeps in, that lies to us saying that we can't do it. But if you just leaned into it, you could really let anything happen. And there's no right or wrong way to do your vision board. I actually have started mine on Canva, and it's just like a thing like this, but you can zoom in on it, right? And I think I might even like download it and send it to Walmart to print, just because I haven't really been feeling crafty and like writing. But don't be afraid to do it whatever way works best for you. And I think I'll make a post in the team page, and then we can drop pictures of them when we're done, to help stay accountable. But there's a lot of big things that can happen if we let ourselves. And this is a door, like you've heard us talk about before. This is really a doorway to other opportunities. I mean, my goal is still to be top coach someday and to be the best team in the network. And I definitely believe 100% we can do it. But I also believe that I wouldn't have started my boutique without Beachbody. I don't think a lot of us would be kind of like taking the paths we are and being as bold of women as we are without it. So lean into that and know that, being the top coach doesn't have to be your goal, but maybe, striving, to help the team and to build our community. Like I just dream of having this giant community of, like Sarah said, like this team offers stuff that other teams don't. And so just having a giant community of women who are striving for greatness and, are faith-based, and women who love to build each other up and stuff like that and keep each other accountable. So
this is not really, well, for some of you. Also, I would do it with your students if you haven't. I did it with my junior senior class for their semester project last year, for them to like actually enter 2022 with goals. And they did a really good job. I posted a picture about it. But I actually think that they're actually going to do it too. And I did it with my sophomores on Friday too, just for an end of the week activity, something different. And I wasn't sure how it would go over because they're sophomores, they're still developing and all of that, but they actually really enjoyed it, especially when they're able to think about sports and like school. It helped them reflect a lot. So for us teachers out there, recommend doing it with your students too.
Yeah. So, okay. I think that's all we have for tonight. If you have any questions, comments, Oh, I was just going to add, Sarah reminded me in the chat that To Be Pregnant is launching tomorrow, which is super exciting. So that is like To Be Mindset, but for pregnant women, which is super exciting. And then they're also launching, Elise is doing a strength and cycling pre and postnatal program. So they are super much so expanding our reach for pregnant women. And so again, find your place where that is, because, you know, a lot of women struggle during pregnancy the way it is. So I don't want to be like, but I have all these options for you, like sign up, even though you feel like crap, right? But I think with time, it just is nice to have those options to show people. And so when your challengers someday get pregnant, you can be like, you don't have to stop working out. Like, these are some options for you to stay active, but super exciting there. And then Job One is adding, if you have Job One early access, they are adding 4 hybrid workouts that are 10 minutes of cycling and 10 minutes of strength training. So I'm really excited about those hybrid workouts. Beachbody's kind of getting more into that as well. And that'll be on Job One. So you don't have to have body access. That's a Job One access. Trying to think, I think that's everything for now. There's so much going on and I'm so excited. I should check one more time, but I don't need to check because I don't want to hold you up, but I know exactly where it was. I can't think of anything else.
I was literally just telling Amanda Friday night how, like, I feel like when I first signed up, like the only new program that came out was Morning Meltdown 100. And like now it feels like there is at least 3 new programs every single year.
Yeah. So at Summit, they talked about they're launching a new program now every quarter. So every 3 months is a new program, which, I mean, for me, it's kind of hard. Like, it's hard as coaches to keep up. But the one good thing is there's always excitement in something new, right? There's always excitement of like, oh, I'm going to jump on the bandwagon this time, that it's new. And so, so that's exciting. And Joel's program, I can't wait to see more about that. And I'm sure maybe at Summit, they'll talk about new program or products, but we'll see. So, okay. So make sure if you're in the area to write down April for the Super Saturday and put that in your calendar. And then otherwise, I hope you all have a great week. I posted, if you're in the Leveling Up group, which I think all of you on here are, I posted a guide to Emerald, because my goal is that everyone by the end of the month adds 2 new coaches. And so there's an Emerald guide in there that if you have some time this week, definitely go through and look at that, because it is super helpful, has a ton of information. And then it's something too, you can always duplicate and give to your coaches as you move forward. So I hope you all have a great.
Where was that posted at? I missed it.
Leveling Up in 2022. I sent you an invite today, I think. And so, yes, it's in there, but it's a lot of info. So just take one bite at a time, but it's a super good packet of information. So perfect. That sounds good. I will see you all later. Have a great week as we enter into week 2 of 2022. Bye.